Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Lupe Moreno and this is my life, my journey. If you're new, I hope you guys like, and I hope you guys like it enough to hit that subscribe button, that like button, and also share. This video is going to be deep, maybe. I think that's why I'm nervous about it, but I legit have notes for this because it's just, I want to use the word complex. So this video is a very complex video, and for those of you that have been watching my videos, you know I can rant off and I don't want to do that. First, let me tell you guys, disclaimer, I am not speaking facts. I'm speaking from my experience, things that have been happening or things I've been going through since I started my YouTube channel and even a little bit before. And that is leaving a toxic life. Some of you may call it differently, evolving, growing up. There could be so many words to it, but for me, I like to say I'm evolving and leaving a toxic life. When I started my YouTube channel, I meant well, and I still mean well with it. Sorry, I'm nervous. This is a life update. And when I said it was going to be major, it's major because it's not like, oh, what has she been doing the last few months? Like, this is a life update of when I started this YouTube channel. And that was in 2018. We are in 2021. And I don't know how everyone is going to take this video. I don't know. It just depends on who you are and where you are in life. And it also depends on your upbringing. Some of us are more fortunate than others, and I've had to struggle a lot. And I don't mean struggle in the way of financially. I don't mean in any kind of way like that, fortunately. But when it came to personal growth, when it came to your personal being, the inside, I don't feel like I was one of those fortunate. In my household, I've always had both of my parents, and they've done the best they could do, and there's nothing that I would change because it's made me who I am. Oh my god, I'm already getting emotional. But it's definitely been tough. Like, my mom was not a single mom, but my dad, oh my god, I'm not gonna cry. Okay, so my dad's always been a hard worker, and my parents migrated, dang, like 1991, 1992. I could be off on that, but they migrated to the United States from Mexico with a 2-year-old, my older sister, and that made my dad like, I'm coming to chase a dream. Like, that's what people do. You come out here to chase a dream and give your family a better living. And he did. He succeeded. I'm so proud of my father, and he has taught us, me and my sisters, how to be strong and independent. But in the teaching process of it, it hasn't been easy. It was a lot of tough love, and that's very common for, I want to say, Mexican families, especially first generation families. It's very common to get the tough love. And then my mom, she, while my dad was working, she worked as well, but she was the one taking care of us constantly. That was dealing with us, dealing with our growth, dealing with our attitude, dealing with just everything. As we got older, she realized that our upbringing might have been tough, because she started to apologize to us, and I thank her, because if it wasn't for her, who knows what kind of mindset or mentality I would have. But she started telling us, like, hey, you know, that your guys' upbringing, certain things weren't okay or are not okay. I hope you can change that. But what I'm getting to is that I didn't have an easy upbringing when it came to my personal self, my heart, you know, just your traumas. There you go, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I had a lot of traumas growing up. I didn't grow up in the healthiest, and I'm not just talking about my immediate like household, also like my uncles and my aunts. Like, I think my upbringing was toxic. Like, let's just say what it was, okay? Like I said, I wouldn't change it any other way. Like, it's made me who I am, and I'm just glad that I'm able to see that, and I'm glad that I'm able to change that for my child. It was around 2016, 2017 that I really didn't know what I was going through, but is when this journey, leaving a toxic life, started. I didn't even know that that's what I was going through, but I was very unhappy. And let me tell you, I was in the ugliest place ever. When I'm telling you, I was drinking just all the time. And I don't think drinking's bad, okay? Because y'all are still gonna see me out here, you know, on my little Insta or Snap, like having a drink here and there. But the way I was drinking, it was so ugly. It was just pouring out. You could tell, like, all my issues that I had. Like, I didn't know how to deal with them, and I think that's the way I dealt with it. And that's when me and Emilio got together in 2015, and you know, he was kind of living the same lifestyle I was, and we were just partying and we fell in love. And I always laugh about it because I tell him now, like, damn babe, we were, you know, like, it was love and toxic and in love. I laugh about it now. I'm so glad that I can, but I look back at it and I'm like, ew, like, that was so ugly. Like, who were we? But we had so many problems because, I want to say, not because of our drinking, but it just, you know, like, that's all we did. We didn't even do cute shit. We didn't do anything but hang out and drink and end up drunk all the time. And sometimes drinking, especially if you drink and you have personal issues that aren't dealt with, it brings out ugliness out of you. And I think we both dealt with a lot of that, especially me. So we got together 2015. I want to say we moved in 2017, beginning of 2017, and then we had a baby at 2018, July 2018. But when I found out I was pregnant, that actual day that I found out I was pregnant, before I found out, I think me and Emilio had called it quits. I was at the point where I really wanted change. I really wanted a new life, and he still didn't. Like, I couldn't continue doing the lifestyle we were carrying together. And then that's when I found out, that same day, when I think I had made the decision, and he was kind of like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna let her go. Like, if this is it, this is it. And I found out I was pregnant that day. We didn't stay together because we had a baby on the way. We really stayed together because the love was truly there, and it was worth giving it a shot. Like, the way it worked out was just one of those things, like, maybe things do happen for a reason. I had told him, we're gonna give this a shot. Like, life needs to change. This isn't gonna happen. But what I didn't realize at the time is that it wasn't gonna change like that. It wasn't gonna change in a blink of an eye. Like, no, it was not gonna change like that. And I didn't realize that, and I expected that. And that's where sometimes I feel like me and him still had conflict. We were together, but not in the same level of life, I guess. And that was one thing that was really hard for us for a while. And that's one thing that I had to understand in the process too, is that everyone's timing is different. And not only that, but the person has to want it. Some people don't get the point. They don't get it. You could be 30, you could be 40, you could be 50, 60. Some people just, they won't ever want the change, a new life, just a better life. And then another thing is, you know, people we surround ourselves with too, if they carry that lifestyle. Just a tip or reminder for anyone that's going through this, who you surround yourself is so important, because it's gonna make it either that much easier or that much harder. And leaving a toxic life, evolving, is the hardest thing I've ever done. And it's crazy because it's really easy if you follow the advice that's given, like stop hanging around with certain people or change your daily routine, or, you know, it's like the easiest shit. Like, okay, I could wake up, or I could do this, or I don't have to hang out with people on the weekend, or I don't have to drink. Saying no to something, it sounds so easy, right? But trust me, when it's your life, it's your lifestyle, it's the freaking hardest thing ever. With Melina, Like it was a game changer. Like I knew that was it, that we needed change or things weren't gonna work out for me and Emilio. And the change came, but it was hard. It was seriously so tough. Like evolving, changing alone is hard. Now in a relationship, girl, let me tell you, like that shit feels damn near impossible. It was really a tough journey. I want to say 2019 it started to get better, and in 2020 it did, and I feel like we just hit our biggest breakthrough. Me and Emilio, we're in a really good place, and I'm so appreciative about it. Everything we went through in 2020, like I wasn't sure if I wanted to share. I just wanted to see how I felt making this video, but so it was hard, right? 2020 for everybody. Let's face it, COVID hit and just everyone's life changed. And now that I look back at it, I'm speaking for myself. It was just a time for you to reflect and take a pause. It really was. And that's what we did. The beginning of March, April, May, like it was hard because we were strictly quarantined, like not seeing family, not seeing anyone. And then we began to see like immediate close family. Then in October, we went through a miscarriage, and I don't know why I get teary-eyed now. I think it's all good tears, you guys, okay? Like it's all good tears. We went through a miscarriage and we kept it very personal. Like a lot of families still doesn't even know about this, you guys. And I think the fact that we kept it very personal, like literally nobody knew. I'll never forget when I was going through the actual pain process of it, his brother knocked on our door, and I was just kind of like, oh my God. Me and him looked at each other, because with other family, we kept making up excuses for like leaving the house. And I was just like, oh my God, like your brother's here. And then his brother was like, what's wrong with her? Because, you know, I was like throwing up. I was going through the process of the miscarriage, and he was just like, what is her problem? You know, like, does she have COVID? What's wrong with her? And I had to be open with him, but I had to tell him, like, don't be sad for us, because I don't deal good with people feeling sorry or sad for me. And just don't tell anybody. We're keeping it very private. But with my miscarriage, you guys, I was about 2 months pregnant. But what makes me feel better is just that they never really found a fetus. You know, I just believe God puts us through certain things, and that was one of those things that really made me and Emilio come closer, and it made us a lot stronger, you guys. It really did. And at the time, we didn't take it too hard because we weren't planning, but you know, going through the process and just everything happening, of course, you know, like we would love another baby one day, and it was hard, but we got to deal with those emotions, and that showed me something. You have to deal with your traumas. You have to deal with what hurts you. You have to deal with it, because if not, it just haunts you, and it's toxic, and it adds to the toxic way of living. So that was one of the updates, you guys. And then right after that, if that wasn't enough, like it was a hard miscarriage, because I had to go through the process like twice. There was a few complications, and it was right around my birthday. It was really hard time for me. And then it was my birthday, and right after my birthday, not because of my birthday, but right after my birthday, we caught COVID, and that was freaking hard too to deal with. Thank God in our situation, it wasn't a tough one with COVID, and Melina was perfectly fine. It was just me and Emilio. We really didn't have any symptoms. It was only for a day or two, and we did lose our sense of smell and taste, but other than that, we were totally fine. We completed our quarantine, and right now I'm at the stage where I don't want that old lifestyle back, and I know that he's at a really good stage himself too. With leaving the toxic life, it just consists of everything. You need to be cautious of what you put in your body. You need to be cautious of what you put out. Like, energy is really a real thing, you guys. And that's what I'm dealing with right now, is just knowing boundaries, putting boundaries for certain things, because not everybody in your life is good for you. If you feel the energy's off, you need to understand that, not that you need to cut people off, but you need to put boundaries. And this is one of the biggest things I'm telling you guys. Like, I know my journey is not over. That's where I'm at right now, is learning how to put boundaries. And with boundaries, people learn to respect you and respect what you have going on. I'm definitely going to do key points, because I feel like this video was all over the place, because I restarted this video 20 freaking times. I cried 20 different times in different parts of the video, and it's all happy tears. That's what I want you guys to take from this. I'm in a really good place. I just feel like I'm looking for myself, but the new me. Like, I like to read, you know, like, I'm telling no to people when I get the call to let's go hang out or do this or that. Like, I'm starting to say no. It's such a blessing. I love the new me. Key points to have: understand that change is in your power. You have the whole power to change everything and anything in your life. Like, whatever you want, you can do it. You have the power of it. You just have to change literally your daily habits, your weekend habits, your surroundings, the people around you. Change it. It's in your power. Another key point is to understand that everyone's timing is different, and they have to want it. You have to want the change, or else it's not going to happen. It's honestly really hard, but it is so rewarding. Next key point: if you're single, girl, this is your chance. Boy, this is your chance. Evolve before you even get into a relationship, if you have that opportunity. Because I'm not saying it's impossible, but leaving a toxic life or evolving, it is extremely hard when you're in a relationship, because you don't know if the other person's going to be on the same page with you. And when there's love in the picture, it just gets complicated. It gets hard. It gets tough. And if there's a child in the picture, I hope that that's your guys's push to either work things out, really see that your guys' life is toxic, or to separate and individually fix your things, because your child's always going to be fine. If you guys are together or not, your child is going to be fine. What is the problem? Again, this is just from my thoughts, you guys. You guys could disagree with me, but I feel like what the problem is, together or not, is if you're toxic. It doesn't matter if you're together and toxic or separate and toxic. If you're toxic, your child's gonna see this. Unfortunately, every action that we do, everything that we do on a daily basis affects our children. If you think about it, the way you are today, certain triggers you have today are because of your upbringing, and you need to realize that and work on those. For those that are just starting your journey or don't even know about it, like, I've had to heal traumas. Like, I've had to heal like certain angers. As a kid, I was angry at my dad for a while, because, you know, I wanted him there more than he was. As I grew up, I realized, like, you know what, my dad has his own things that he probably deals with. Every single parent deals with their own traumas, and that's a thing about growing up, is understanding that. And some people won't understand that. You'll just hold a grudge towards your parent, or towards a sibling, or towards a friend, or holding a grudge or holding a certain resentment towards somebody. The only person you're hurting is yourself. And I've had to let go of a lot of my personal traumas and my anger, you know, because I don't want any of that in me. I only want good energy. I only want to put out good energy, and I don't want to pass that on to my daughter either. I do not want to pass any of my freaking issues to my daughter. And I'm not saying my daughter's gonna grow up and be perfect. Like, life is life. She's gonna have her own issues that she deals with when she's older, but I'm doing the best that I can. I like to teach her about her feelings. We're not always taught that, and that's one of the major things that I feel like I do with my daughter. When she's upset or she's sad, I'll be like, Melina, right now what you're feeling is sad. Right now what you're feeling is anger. Are you okay? Do you need a hug? This is a better way of dealing with it. It's just a lot, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I really hope this video was great because my camera's about to die of how many times I've been recording, but I'm sending out positive vibes and I hope I receive them back if you guys are sending them. I'm so grateful and I'm so ready to get this show on the road now that I made this video. It's just a major update that I needed to give you guys. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you know anybody that would like or needs to see this video, please share it. I love you guys.